Hi guys, I'm Rob and welcome back to Rob's Model Cars. Now today's model review almost didn't happen because this model actually went missing for a couple of weeks in the post, but luckily it turned up a day or so ago, so now I'm able to bring you this review. So what I have today is the brand new Kyosho Lamborghini Diablo SVR. Now I love the Lamborghini Diablo. Mainly because it's the first supercar I ever got a ride in back in the late 90s, and it's just an awesome Lamborghini. They're a bit dated now, but still quite an awesome Lamborghini. So, as I say, this is the brand new SVR Diablo made by Kyosho. Now, GT Spirit has also released their own version of this in a black colour. I'm not sure whether it's matte black or gloss. But it's got like fluorescent yellow wheels. That really didn't appeal to me too much, so I chose this Kyosho version, and you'll see in a minute it's quite stunning. So it comes in this printed cardboard box with a little bit of Kyosho branding on there. Obviously it's got the label on the end of the box which shows what model's inside. Now, as with all of these later model Kyosho models, they come packaged in a foam shell inside, and if we lift the foam lid off, if I can get that off, it does have a little bit of protective paper on the top, and the model is screwed into the base. Now this is a beautiful blue colour of the Diablo SVR. So I'll unscrew this, we'll put it on the turntable, and we'll have a closer look at this brand new Kyosho Lamborghini Diablo SVR. Okay, so overall I'm really pretty happy with this Kyosho model of this Lamborghini Diablo SVR. There's a couple of areas where I feel that it could have been a little bit better, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. Now, the paintwork is really nice on this model for a Kyosho model. It's really quite glossy. I've put a couple of fingerprints on it because I've been handling it, but once before it goes into the display case, I'll give it a bit of a polish up. But the paint is really quite good, nice and glossy. I haven't found any flaws on the model at all, so I'm reasonably happy with that. It is a really nice shade of blue, maybe a little bit darker than a French racing blue. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. Now let's start with the details of this model. Now, I was expecting photo etch mesh in all the openings, but there is no mesh. So there are some ducts in where the headlights would usually go. You've got these NACA style ducts. There's no mesh in there at all. It's just black. Same as these little air scoops in the front. There's no mesh in there. They're just blanked off black behind. The side skirts here, these are just a textured piece of plastic as well to look like mesh, same as the air inlets in these rear scoops. There's a rear vent here with the Lamborghini script on it. Again, that's textured plastic to look like mesh, and also, well, it does have a little piece of mesh in the back here, and the little pieces underneath. They are mesh there, so you can see the radiators on the cooling fans on these radiators in behind there. So it's really just the back of the model that has the little bits of mesh and in the center. But the rest of the model, where all the scoops and openings are, there is no mesh. It's all just solid pieces in behind there. So doesn't really detract too much. I'm glad that these mesh pieces in the back, especially where the fans and the radiators are, I'm glad that that's actually mesh. If that was just molded plastic, that would look terrible. So overall, it would have been great if there was mesh in all these openings, but that's just part of the parcel with this new resin model from Kyosho. Now, as I say, in the front, it does have a nice little tow hook here. That is a little metal part. This front splitter is just matte black. There's hardly any carbon fibre on this model, so this is just matte black. It does have a nice little Lamborghini photo etched emblem on the hood, which is nice. Windscreen wiper is just plastic, but it looks pretty good. The plastics are pretty clear on this model. I do have a couple little marks on the front windscreen, but again, I'll try and give that a little bit of a polish off. It might have just been a little bit dusty when I was having a look at this model the other day. Now the side windows, they've actually just got a printed panel on there to replicate the sliding race window. But nice little touch here. It does have little openings through the side windows, and you have these little air vent duct hoses to cool the driver while he's racing. So that's very similar to the Diablo GTR, and that's a nice little touch on there. I really like that. Now it does have nice little clear orange side indicators or turn signals on the front panels here. They're nicely done. There is a racing fuel filler on this side of the model, none on the driver's side, but there's one here. You do have, of course, the SV style air intakes that cover half of the engine lid here. Again, these are just solid blanked off in there. There's no mesh and they are not open. And then you do have a couple of little louvers in the back of the engine lid also. Again, they're just blanked off, they're just closed in there, they are not open. Now you've just got these plain black side sill extensions on the bottom, both sides. No carbon fibre there, but as I say, you do have that nice little Lamborghini script on that rear, well, it's not really a rear window, it's a rear vent grille, which looks pretty good. Now the SVR definitely has a very aggressive rear end, so it does have these big body extension pieces through here, and you do have these big central fins and a aero fin or an aero blade running through here, and you do have these white exhaust pipes and tips also, which kind of stand out quite a lot on this blue bodied car. Now no carbon fibre on here, these are all just gloss black. Doesn't really detract too much from the model. I'm not sure whether the real car, they probably are carbon, but these are just in gloss black. Now really the only carbon fibre on this model is the rear wing. So you've got this huge big rear wing here, GT wing. It's carbon fibre on the underside as well. The end plates are made out of metal and they're just black inside and out. But the wing legs are in carbon fibre as well. So that's pretty much, you really want that in carbon fibre. If they did that in just black, I think that would be quite a detraction from the model. But it's not super glossy, as you can see, but it does have a shiny sheen to it. So yeah, reasonably happy with how that looks on the model. I don't think I mentioned, they've done a really good job on the tail lights here. And there's a nice little SVR photo etched badge, and you do have the little air jack nozzle sticking out of the back as well. Now the bottom of the model, typical, is mostly just all flat. There's no real detail there. There's a little bit of moulded in work here for the bottom, the sump and the transmission, but that's really about it. There's not a lot of detail underneath there at all. Now, as you notice, this is a racing car, so it does have the Oz Racing 5-star wheels in black. There are nice little Oz Racing decals on the rims in red, and you've got your silver centre lock nut. That's the same front and rear. The brake rotors look okay. They're just a slotted shiny silver steel rotor. And you've got your gold calipers on there, so that's the same front and rear. And the stance is actually really quite good. It sits not too low, it doesn't sit up too high. I think it looks really good. The stance they've got it just about right, I think. I've had a look at a few pictures on the internet, on Google, and I think it's pretty close to the stance of the original race cars. So I think that pretty much covers all the exterior details on this model. As I say, it presents really well. I think it's a really attractive looking race car. Good colour combination of the blue with the black wheels, and as you'll see in the interior in a minute, it's got a splash of red in there just to add a little bit more colour as well. So overall, I think Kyosho's done a pretty good job on this model. I haven't seen the GT Spirit version in person, so I'm not exactly sure whether that's better or worse. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this Kyosho version anyway. Now let's talk about the interior. So it is a racing car, and most of the interior is in black. So as you can see, all the dashboard is black. It just has some molded in vents in the center of the dashboard, so nothing too detailed there. The steering wheel it doesn't really look like a racing steering wheel. It just looks like the street Diablo steering wheel. You've got your turn signal stalks either side on the column. You've got a little bit of a decal in the, I'm not sure whether you can see that, in the center console with some emergency switch buttons, start button. Nothing too super detailed there. Of course, you've got your gated shifter in there with a silver knob. It doesn't have a full roll cage. Oh no, I stand corrected. It does have a full roll cage, and that's in black. Now you might be able to see it does have some crossbars in behind the seats, and it's got some front roll cage bars which go down in front of the seats as well. And it does have these bright red seats inside with red racing harnesses as well. So yeah, I like the color combination, the dark blue exterior and the red seats. I think it looks pretty cool. But other than that, the rest of the interior, there's no carpeting. It's all just black. It does have a silver foot plate on the passenger side in front of the seat. But yeah, there's not really too much other detail inside. Most of my models, I don't play with them like toy cars. They just sit static on the shelf. So it's going to look good sitting in there with all my other Lamborghini Diablos. Now, Auto Art has announced that they are going to release their own version of this model. That will be a composite model, and it will be an opening model. So if you do prefer your opening models, maybe hang out for the Auto Art version. But who knows when that's going to be released. I don't think that's going to be released this year. I think that will be released in 2020, but we'll just have to wait for some updates from Auto Art. So if you've been dying to add a Lamborghini Diablo SVR to your collection, yeah, maybe this is the one for you, this Kyosho version. Or if you like the GT Spirit version, the black one with the bright yellow wheels, maybe grab that one as well. Kyosho and GT Spirit built this model in conjunction, so basically should be the same model in all the details as well, just a different brand. So yeah, that's basically going to wrap up today's review. Maybe I didn't mention, this model is limited to 500 pieces, and as you can see on the bottom, this is numbered 144. So not sure whether these will sell out or how popular of a Lamborghini Diablo it is. But I love it. I think it's a great model. So, yeah, that's going to wrap up today's review of this brand new Kyosho Lamborghini Diablo SVR. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. Don't forget to smash that like button, and don't forget to follow me on social media as well. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I also sell model cars on eBay. I have my own eBay store. Now, all the links to those 3 pages are on the homepage of this YouTube channel, so be sure to go and check it out. But yeah, stay tuned. Many more model reviews on the way. Some great new models from BBR will be arriving in the next 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, hope you enjoyed today's review, and thanks for watching Rob's Model Cars.